it's been a long time, but today you're gonna see me make some keto sour cream blueberry muffins. I've never made them before, but the recipe looks pretty simple and it sounds pretty good. So here we go. So in my bowl, I already have 1/4 cup coconut flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 cup of Truvia. The recipe says to go ahead and mix this. Grab my whisk. I'm gonna mix this together a little bit. Then the recipe says to make a well. So I know how to make a well because watching my mom cook when I was a kid. So basically you just move everything to the outer rim and you leave a circle in the middle. Once you get that, you go ahead and put your 3 eggs in the middle. Eggs rolling. So the 3 eggs are going to go in the middle of the well. We have to beat the batter. I have a hand mixer. It says to beat lightly. So that means not too much. Give me one moment to plug this in. Okay. That was a little more than lightly because I read some of the comments on the recipe and it suggested you beat it a little longer, and so I did. Now I'm going to add in some almond extract. The recipe calls for 1 whole teaspoon, but people are saying that that's a little too much and it was overpowering of the blueberries. So I'm going to go ahead and just be safe and add 1/4 teaspoon. I know a little extract can go a long way based on using vanilla extract in the past and banana. That's 1/4. Maybe I'll add 1 more. So I put 1/2 teaspoon, which is half of what the recipe calls for. And I have to add in 1/4 cup of sour cream. I bought this little thing of sour cream because I knew I only needed a little bit for this recipe, and I don't really eat sour cream, so if I got a big thing of it, it probably would just go bad. So there's 1 gram of carb in this sour cream. So I guess that's where most of the carbs come from in this recipe. So when recipes call for sour cream, I just pack my measuring cup and smooth it around like that. And then I'll pop it in. What I've noticed in baking with sour cream is that it really makes cupcakes and muffins moist, really moist. So that's 1/4 cup. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that. What I've also learned from reading the comments on the recipe is to add the blueberries last. And by last, I mean put them directly into the muffin tin. Because they said if we mix them in the batter, they tend to sink to the bottom. And we don't want them to do that. We want our blueberries all throughout our muffins. So I'm going to go ahead and get my muffin tin ready. My muffin tin holds 12 muffins, but we're gonna make 6. This recipe calls for 6. So just making sure these muffins won't stick. And what I'll do is go ahead and make a cup of blueberries. All right, so to make it easier, I always use this little cookie scoop when I'm putting batter into my muffin tin. And so it's going to make sure that batter doesn't go everywhere and it goes where I need it. No, a lot of you may think, no, that takes too much time. Let's just pour it in. But I like to do it this way. It's also easier too if I put it all in a measuring cup because it has a little spout. And just pour it in with that measuring cup. I have 1 cup of blueberries, and I'm going to add a little to each muffin. So 1 cup makes them packed with blueberries. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to fit the whole cup. I put as many as I could, about this many left over. It's less than 1/4 cup left over. But now I just want to show you guys how they look before I am going to put them in the oven. So this is how the muffins look before I bake them. Now I'm going to bake them for about 25 minutes in a 350-degree preheated oven.